going on? What's going on? How you doing, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Listen, it is story time. It is story time. We are so excited. We got another good one for y'all today. Listen, I am elated to have our guest. So before we get started, I'm going to say, you know how we do? It is. Ow! It's Jamaica the Toys time to shine today. Listen, it is always somebody's time to shine. I am so excited to have our man Jamaica the Toy. I want to let you guys know that today, when we do this show, we are going to have some fun. We are going to have some fun. I'm going to bring my guest up here so you can see him. Some of you have seen him before. You have seen him in a couple of movies. Let me give you a sneak peek. See if you recognize this face right here. If you have seen this face before, and you may have, then you might know who we have coming up in the room. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you something. I have to tell you something. I want to let you know that we're going to have some fun, but I need you to take the children out the room. Parental advisory is advised. Parental advisory is advised. Okay, because we're going to have a good time tonight. So with all that further ado, let me bring my man up in here. Jamaica, are you with me?
Yes, I am here, and I'm a little bit offended, bitch. You done put the kids out the room. The kids is the one that need to hear the shit that I'm about to say. I'm just kidding.
I'm just going to let the people know it's Sunday, Jamaica. So the children might be in the room watching movies or something. So I got to let them know. I got to let them know right away to just go ahead and move them out the way so they know what's going on. How are you doing today?
I am fabulous. I am fucked up. I am high. I am feeling great. I am enjoying life. I had some company stop by that I have not seen in a long time. It was good to see them. It was good to talk to you earlier. So I am in the best mood.
Well, I have told the people to have them something to drink. I got my water, but I got some water here for me because I need water. And I got my virtual background so you can't see.
Oh, no, bitch. I can't fuck with you in the water. I got my Crown Royal. So you have fun over there with that.
Cup, man? What's in the cup?
You have fun over there with that Fiji water, bitch, because this is Crown Royal Apple.
I got you. Listen, so I wanna let the people know who they are listening to right now. So you are listening to Jamaica Detroit. Let me tell you a little bit about Jamaica. Just a little bit about Jamaica. Jamaica is a Los Angeles native. All right, he studied at U.S. Berkeley and has successfully been employed and participated in a lot of the entertainment industry. And many of you know this about him. He started as an administrative assistant to various high-powered CEOs and record labels, Capitol Records, Motown, Arista. Oh my God, you name it, he's been there. And then guess what? Then he even tapped into the film industry, guys. He began to work with a lot of people in the film industry for Fox, Universal, okay, Disney, Sony. Oh my goodness, the list goes on and on and on. And just while he was employed, he actually wound up doing something amazing back in 1993, right? When he was at Sony, somebody we all know, a prominent individual, he spotted him. And that was my man, John Singleton. And he took him by the side. And oh my goodness, I'm going to tell you more, but I just want to give you a little sneak peek. And some of you might have seen him. Yeah, this is him. If you're looking at him, you might say, I've seen him before. Yep, he's the one. He was in Bad Boys 2 and Baby Boy. That is him. All right. And guess what? You might even have seen him before because guess what? He's that icon in the LGBT community too. Yeah, that's him. That's Jamaica. So we're gonna get ready to find out just a little bit more.
Are you putting that up there or somebody else put that up there?
Oh man, I'm good like that, man. That's me.
Go on, bitch. I fucks with you.
That's me.
I fucks with you. Okay, Crystal. Okay. Oh.
I tried to be prepared a little bit. I had an assistant, but she's busy today doing her own thing. You know, they say good help is hard to find, Jamaica. It's hard to find good damn help. That's why they love you so much. So listen, let me ask you a question. Let the people know a little bit. Can I ask you? I know you're comfortable. Can I ask you to kind of rise up a little bit so they can see you a little bit? Because you're so comfortable. You laid back in the cut. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm
There you
sorry.
go. There
I
you
could
go.
sit up a
So
little bit
let
more.
me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Take me back to childhood. Who was that little boy Jamaica, man? Tell me a little bit about your upbringing in Los Angeles, the makeup of your family. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's long, but I'll shorten it.
Oh no, you could tell us.
No, I don't. I like to. I can ramble, and that's one of the things that therapy is helping me do. You can get to your point without boring a person with a story that has some poignancy to it. So basically, the story goes: I was born biracial. My mother died in childbirth. She was a Mexican woman. Never met her. Heavy set. Never spoke English. She was an immigrant. My father was black. He was incarcerated at the time I was born. So I was in the hospital with no name. The next of kin came and got me, named me Jamaica, gave me my daddy middle name James, and released me from the hospital. So for 5 years, I'm bouncing from house to house. My mother's dead. My father's a drunk, somewhat of a wino. He's a no good nigga. My daddy was a no good nigga. He just wasn't the upstanding black man. But he did not get rid of me because I was gay. He had a child to raise. So what ended up happening with him is he was abusive. He took advantage. He took advantage of big, fat, and I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just calling it like I see it because I don't have no filter. All of the women's houses that I grew up in had a look. They were unattractive. They had low self-esteem, and they let my daddy run completely over them. And he got away with it because he had a cute kid, and they knew the story of my mother dying. Wow. So he got away with that. Later on in life, I had to accept that and learn that he did that to keep a roof over my head so that I wouldn't keep bouncing from house to house. And then later on, at the age of 5, I was adopted by a young lady. She was much older, so I started calling her grandma. She was too old to be me calling mama. And so her family became my family. She knew I was gay. It was never really discussed in my house. Like, okay, so what do you like? Do you like boys or girls? It was never, ever discussed. I think my grandmother's way of raising me was showing me examples of me not being alone. So I remember when the TV would come on and she would see Richard Simmons, she would say, see, he like you, and Elton John, he's like you, and Liberace and Sylvester. And she started letting me know that there were successful people that were in this world that were gay, that were accepted, and you can be one of these people. Or you could just be a tacky sissy running around, switching up and down the street, acting like a girl. I don't want that for you. More, but you can make me proud. You owe me that. I love school. I was a great student. She never had to make me go to school. She was too old to help me with algebra and shit. So luckily I got through it. I had a high GPA. I got a scholarship. I went to Berkeley. I came home and she was very proud. And then when I started dressing in drag and hosting comedy shows and she saw it, she said, oh my God, I am so proud. You are so beautiful. And she's a cusser. That's why I'm a cusser. She was a cusser. And I owe all of that to her. So that's basically who Jamaica Jatoy is. I don't know where I got my person. My grandmother had a personality, but it's nothing like mine. Mine is worse. I don't know where my humor came from. I don't know where this mouth came from. I don't know where this honesty came from. Maybe it's a blessing and a defense mechanism that somebody
Yes.
has been praying for me, and that's the way that I can keep bullshit away from me.
Yes, yes, yes. Now that's a good point, Jamaica. So let me ask you this. Was you always outspoken as a child?
Always.
Always. Did you dream about working in the film or the entertainment industry as a child?
No, my grandmother used to clean buildings. She was a maintenance worker, and she cleaned real estate buildings. And I knew by those clean dumping the trash in those cubicles that I wanted a sit down job. I like those little personal cubicles. They look like little offices. And I knew that I would never do manual labor, lift boxes, drive for Amazon, none of that shit. I was going to have a desk job with a computer and a phone, just like those cubicles I was looking at. And when I came home from Berkeley, the first place I went to was Capitol Records, and I got that cubicle.
Wow. So take me back to childhood. Jamaica, was you always into men as a child, or was this something you found out as a little boy?
I knew I liked boys at 5 and 6 years old. I knew not to say nothing. You don't know what gay is. You don't know about sucking no dick or nothing like that. You just know that you think boys are cuter than girls. You like to play with the girls because they're your friend. But do you think she's cute to kiss her on the lips? No. I knew that at 5 or 6.
So let me just for the people who just come in, and let me just let you know you're listening to Jamaica Toy. And I have a variety of people. And sometimes it's Sunday, you got the holier than thou, you got all the people, but sometimes you got to hear the story so you understand, because some of us have children today. We have a lot of different lifestyles, and we need to hear the real deal. So Jamaica is going to bless us. Now, I have to let you know, for some of you out there, I put it out there in the beginning in case you missed it. I got to make sure you understand. We are not holding back today. So we're going to give you some information. You're going to know exactly what's going on in the world. And if you don't think you can handle it, you can leave now, because we're gonna have it's gonna be explicit content. So that's why
I don't have no filter. You just brought up one. You just brought up one topic. It's my choice. I don't fuck with the black church. The black church didn't help me with my homosexuality. They made me feel lesser than. They didn't help me through my problems. They didn't help me through my health scares. They didn't send no prayer warriors to walk around my house. They didn't send shit to me.
Wow.
And I know some stories about some of these black churches that have sent letters to elderly people and canceled them from membership because they haven't been in church and they owe $13,000 in tithes and they 81 years old. I know some black churches that have refused to do funerals because a person was gay or transgender. I don't fuck with the black church. I believe that if there's a God, whatever his name is, and I know that there's something out there bigger than myself. I don't go to funerals. I go to the repast because I love a good potato salad, bitch. But I don't fuck with the black church. I like a good choir. I have been to some churches and felt a little, cute. I like the speech. I don't like Bible verses. You can keep those. I'm good. I'm blessed by something. And whatever it is right now, bitch, it's working for me. I don't fuck with the black church. Y'all confusing. Y'all like to pick and choose who you pray for.
Let me ask you this question, Jamaica. You said something. You said it's bigger than you. I know that you went through a challenge in your life, but before we go through that, because we want to talk about that, because I know a lot of times people are not fond of churches for different reasons. And you named the couple because they weren't there for you when you went through those challenges in your life, So right now, as you have found success, I know that you go back and you remember those who have been there for you. Let's talk about that for a moment. People become successful and everybody want to latch on, but sometimes they forget about those who were there. Those who were there when they were going through the rough time. Those who were there when they were sick. Those who were there when they had to have money to eat and stuff like that. Can you talk about that for a moment? Remembering those who were there before the success.
Therapy is a wonderful thing because therapy, I play my life like a chessboard. Every piece on my chessboard, there are pawns. A pawn is a bitch that can come over for tacos. You can't borrow $20. You can come and sleep on my couch if you driving home drunk, and that's what you get. Then you got your more powerful pieces. You can borrow $80, bitch. Get your car fixed. Get your tire fixed. I know you're gonna pay me back. Maybe 2 weeks. I may have to beg you for it. I may have to steal something out your house to get the $80 back. But you got it like that with me. A lot of us go into friendships and relationships with stuff still on our plate. You can't go back for seconds of food with food still on your plate. I do not operate my life like that.
I understand.
So when I look back at the past, I can honestly tell you I had to cut them off because at the beginning of my success, we're talking about 1989. A young black homosexual with long French tip fingernails, with a ponytail, with diamonds dripping. I mean, down my neck, on my fingers, ice down the motherfucking gang. Chanel purses, not a backpack, a purse. And a black heterosexual director hired me, and I am handling my motherfucking business.
Wow. So
It jumped from, I'm going to answer your question. It jumped from, can you help me with $20? I got to pay Brianna's tuition. It's $180. Yeah, I like Brianna. I want to go to school. I love Brianna. Brianna, tell Uncle say hi. Brandon need cleats for football practice. Then it jumped from that to prom dresses and after prom tickets to yearbooks to senior pictures to senior trips to can you fix the roof that's leaking in Auntie Pauline's room? And everybody felt like they didn't have to pay me back because I was making money. And I made a conscious decision, bitch, I can love each one of y'all from over there.
Right.
From over there. I give to who's deserving. When you told me today how I touched you, and that's your personal story, I won't share it, but how I touched you, because that's the moment that I felt like blessing you. I bless who I choose to bless. Don't bring me your goddamn 8-year-old child talking about he want to be in movies. No, bitch, you want to make him a cash out. This nigga can't act. He cute to look at, but he can't act. But you want him to bring some money in the house because you laying up with a no good nigga. I'm 55 years old and educated. If you come at me real, you get real. If I feel fakeness, bitch, you get fake. And get your feelings hurt at the same fucking time. So we can enjoy a drink and a blunt together, because I don't want you to walk away feeling like I done fucked your life up. Bitch, I will help you out. But I'll fuck you up too.
Wow. So now, Jamaica, let's talk about that. There's a lot of people out here. I hear echo. I don't know if that's coming from my end or your end. Do you have a speaker on? Or maybe turn the volume down. Okay, that's better.
I can turn the volume down. Hold on.
Okay.
There's
a lot of people out here that would like to be a little bit more outspoken, and a lot of times it's not received well. A lot of times people don't like the truth. You know, the truth will set you free. So I appreciate the fact that you are as honest and upfront as you are, because like you said, I don't like fakeness at all. You know, I want to go back to something in the beginning. You said you knew your lifestyle choice when you were a little boy. There may be some parents out here who have children and they don't know how to recognize those things and they don't know how to help them through it. What would you suggest to those parents out there who might be going through that right now in 2023, and the best way to help them to guide their child if they are going through a time where they don't understand their sexuality?
I don't have no strong advice, but I'll say this because I have no kids. I cannot see abusing, disrespecting, being mean, beating my child because I don't understand this gay shit. Because It's confusing. It's confusing to me. This pansexual, non-binary, non-conforming, IAQ, lesbian, gay, and X for all the freaky shit that you like to do. Like this lettuce, gay, bacon, tomato, quinoa is confusing to me. But if I knew, some parents need to take accountability for the shit that they put on themselves. Because when your little daughter stop playing with dolls and start liking her hair and cornrows and going to basketball, chances are when she's 15, 16, she's already letting you know that lesbianism is there. So don't become shocked. Now the shock becomes when every parent says, "Oh my God, my daughter's a lesbian. I hope she's the one getting her pussy ate, not the one doing it." Just like a man in a relationship, a son and a father. When your son is gay and he come home and he said he gay, if you grow up a sissy, you know what you're getting. But then when he grew up with a mustache and he masculine, but he ain't bringing no girls home, and he tell you that he gay, then it's like, oh my God, I hope he not the one bending over. That's not the point. There's enough gay. Everybody got a gay Reggie or a gay Tyrone or a gay cousin Cornell in they fucking family. It is, you don't need to call the 800 number. You don't need to call the white man. There is help for somebody or somebody to talk to, say, how did you deal with this shit? Because it's hard for me. Like this bitch is running around flattening her chest, bonding her titties down. You know what I'm saying? It is, but I can't see misabusing something because I don't understand. When I hear people, I don't want that gay shit in my house.
Right.
I wouldn't want my son to be gay. If I had a son, I would not want. I know what we go through. Who chooses it? I hear challenges. Oh, you can't be born gay, bitch. You think I chose to suck dick?
So let me ask you this. What I hear you saying is two things. I hear you talking about unconditional love and people understanding that whatever their child chooses, they need to recognize they brought them in this world and they need them to stand by them regardless. And a lot of parents have a hard time doing that. And some of them find out the hard way after their children disappear.
You don't have to. What your job as a parent is to try to understand the gay shit. If you don't understand the gay shit, admit that. Black people have a problem with accountability and saying, I don't know. What I'm saying is, rather than call the child a faggot, lock him in the room, tell him he can't go places, get out of my face, yeah, get a cookie, go somewhere with your sissy ass, and then talk about him to your other sisters and cousins on the phone behind his back is not the answer. That's what I'm saying. Okay. There's another way of trying to handle that. Unfortunately for me, I grew up in a household where my sexuality was tolerated, but I wasn't a flamboyant sissy either. I didn't play in my grandmother's clothes, probably because they were ugly. But I did boy shit. I like bicycles. I like skate, my roller skates, my skateboard, my board games, coloring books. I did video games. I was really into books, encyclopedias. I like coloring, graphic designs. I love school. She never had to make me go to school. She never had to wake me up for school. I was never late for school. I just love school. I was a good kid. I was a great spoiled kid.
I'm trying to see whatever's on my end. Let me see if it's my microphone. I never heard that echo before, but I'm turning something down here. Jamaica, when did you discover your love for working in the industry? How did that come about? What age was you?
As soon as I got Capitol Records.
Was that after high school, after college?
It was after, when I got back then, and when I was 23, it was easy to get a job because all you had to do was go to these temporary agencies and type 85, 90 words a minute. I'm 22 years old. Educated. I could spell. I'm doing 10 key. I'm doing key punch. I'm doing data entry. I was typing in school. So my skills were off the chart. So they gave you assignments back then. We have an assignment at Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Ralph's, a law firm. It could be anywhere. And I lucked up and landed up at Capitol Records. When I landed there, my assignment was for 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, they hired me permanently. When I left there, I started going to parties, industry parties, Natalie Cole release parties, whoever was on that label, BB and CC Winans that came out, MC Hammer was back back then. So you go to these parties and you meet people. My first person that I met that I was friends with was Tina Marie, and then it was Queen Latifah. And now after that, you start meeting people. And I was hanging out on the set of A Different World. They were taking you where they go. And then I left there and I went to Motown. I left Motown, started working for movie productions. And each movie you do, you work for the production of that movie. So if you're working on Lord of the Rings and there's Warner Brothers, you're stationed at Warner Brothers for the whole duration of the movie, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, however long the assignment. So that's where my affiliation with Fox and Disney, because we shot Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning, Poetic Justice, Baby Boy with Sony. We did Rosewood with Warner Brothers. We did Shaft with Paramount. We did Remember the Time, the Michael Jackson video with somebody. But
well, let me ask you this. Okay, so Jamaica, I cannot believe this. I usually don't use my computer, but I hear it. I hear it. This is really driving me crazy. Do I sound okay right now?
you sound perfect to
Okay,
me.
I turned it down. I just hear that echo. Okay, so let me ask you this. You in the industry, you walk in the office, your skills sold you, but some people don't have the skills. They have to have what you call personality. And they're first timer, they want to stand out. How would you tell them to stand out if they're going for that first interview, fresh out of school, and they want the people to look at them and hire them?
Make yourself memorable. Make yourself memorable. You can have Kim Kardashian, you can have a Rihanna, you can have a Beyonce, you can have a Pink, you can have a Sierra, you can have all them bitches in the room, and you can ask them all the same 10 questions, and they can all be dressed in the same color dress. But when you leave there and you ask the panel, one of them or two of them made themselves more memorable than the other ones. And it didn't have to be Beyonce.
Okay.
It's what you say, it's your presence. With me, I have no filter. So for me, I have gone into meetings, high power meetings, and walked in and said, good morning, good morning, good morning. And they said, how are you? And I said, you know what? I'm trying to come down off this high because I had to smoke a blunt to get through that traffic. I really did. So by the time this meeting starts, I'm going to be gathered and be ready to go. How was your day? I say that's just my fucking personality. You can't fire me. I work for the director. And the director is okay with me. Now, wait a minute. I had to get permission for that shit. The shit I used to say behind closed doors used to tickle the shit out of John. And then when we started going to meetings, I was walking out and he said, why you didn't say nothing? And I'm like, okay, well, that was a professional meeting. He said, this one I need you to speak up. The same shit that you be saying, I needed that. And I said, oh, okay.
So you know what? That's interesting that you said that. A lot of time people think that they have to hold back.
To this day, I need to repeat this again. A Black, prominent, first time youngest, first Black Oscar winner hires a flaming homosexual with French tip nails back then, dripped in diamonds, dressed, not in expensive clothes. I wore cute jeans, but my shoes was $2,000. Belt buckle was $2,000. Watch and chain. I had some shit on. Taking meetings and handling his business. For him to trust me like that, I love that man, and I think about him every day.
Right. I can imagine. So you had to wait for him to give you permission. If he would have never said that to you in the meeting, then you would have continued to be conservative. You would have continued to be somewhat more respectful because you felt like it was the appropriate thing to do. So for the individual who doesn't quite have a boss that is that accepting, how do they meet? How do they go without being themselves, but yet
You're
getting
not
out?
being you're not being your authentic self. You have an assistant. When you hired that assistant, what did you do? You observed her best attributes without her noticing. You didn't tell her. You watched the way she handled shit. You watched the way she problem solved. You watched the way she did certain things. That's what he liked about me. Even though I wouldn't cuss or talk like that in meetings with him because he's dealing with $1 million contracts. We finna shoot a $70 million budget movie. I ain't got time to be in there cussing that. You making a deal. That's not got nothing to do with Jamaica. I'm there to take notes. But what John was attracted to is when we were together in the office and he's over on his computer and I'm on my computer and I say, this is not good enough and this is not what I expected. You're going to have to pull your shit together because your infrastructure is broken. Now, this is what I need. And now it's become time sensitive. Now, I don't want to go to human resources because I don't want to do the fucking paperwork. So we can correct this and I'll help you make it right. But just, I need you to know that you fucked up. And we need to correct this by the end of the workday on Thursday. Are you with me? When John would hear me talk like that, it turned him on because he said, I see the gay, but he ain't no joke when it comes to taking care of business.
That's it. And then when did you begin? Oh my goodness, I hear the echo. Wow. Hold on. When did
I
you
don't,
begin
I
to
don't hear,
start working with
I
other
don't
people
hear.
and they start to recognize it too?
Hi, everybody.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, better. Nisi, please let me know if that echo is going on. I have somebody in there that's telling me about the echo. That's what's really messing with me. You know, Jamaica, a lot of people in the industry are not easy to deal with. And it takes a certain kind of professionalism to know how to adjust to those personalities. Any suggestions?
All money ain't good money. I don't tolerate disrespect. I'm too happy of a person. I've turned down too much money. I'll give you an example. Angela Bassett. She never was mean to me. But if you are giving me a salary, my contract with you, don't be asking me to go pick up Courtney B. Vance's suit from the cleaners. I don't work for Courtney. Courtney got money for an assistant. As a matter of fact, he got one. So I'm not working for a couple. You hired me. I tolerate what I want to tolerate. All money ain't good money. All I'm asking the Lord for is money to live comfortably. Oprah,
So what I'm hearing you say then is
if Oprah Winfrey came to me and told me to do some shit, I can tell her right now I'm not an outdoorsy person and I'm scared of snakes and shit. So you asking me to pick cabbage and shit out of your garden, although that $275,000 a year you just offered me sounds great, I'm gonna go elsewhere because I can still make my money and be successful with the resume I have. I don't tolerate nobody that I cannot work with. And the men are easier. Whenever I get a request to work for a man, Anthony Anderson is one of the easiest. When I got a gig for Anthony Anderson, I call him, I tell him how much they're paying him, where they want him to be. He get his hair cut, dyed, groomed. He get this shaved up. He gets the suit. He get on the plane. He gets off the plane. That's fine. A woman, She got to have one separate hair. I got one first class, two coach. I got to book rooms for a makeup artist and a stylist because sometimes they ain't the same bitch. Same bitch don't do hair and makeup. You got your toes done. Now you need a hot rock mud mask massage 2 hours before you go on Good Day LA. We did do there at 7. It's 4 a.m., bitch. We are in the hotel room trying to get you dressed so we can get you in this car. Women are much more, but if you want, the money is good. The money is good. If you got a good relationship with the woman that you work with, Vivica, very easy to work for. Monique, very easy to work for. Gabrielle, very easy to work for. Lisa Ray, very easy to work for. Regina Hall, very easy to work for. There are some people you be like, bitch.
Not today. So what I'm hearing you say there is know your boundaries. I mean, don't sell yourself for
You
$1.
have to know what you will accept. Don't jump into it for the money and then your attitude and your energy starts to be nasty with that person because now you'll get fired and now you're also possibly blackballed because you done got a job, you seen the money, and you want to work with Sierra. Sierra started asking you to do shit that you wasn't willing to do. And instead of saying, this is a little difficult for me, you acted out of turn and she fired you. Now you trying to get other jobs and her and Missy and Jermaine Dupri know everybody. Where else you gonna work? Set your standards early of what you will. I don't do well with kids. I don't. I can pick them up from school. I don't want to really be responsible for that and drop them off at home. I'm not responsible for school book reports. I'm not responsible for helping with homework because if their grades is fucked up, it reflects on me. There are certain things I'm not doing windows. I don't do stairs. I'll go shopping once or twice a month. It depends on what you feel like doing. Some people love going to Trader Joe's and grocery shopping at Whole Foods and the cashiers knowing that you going in there for J-Lo. That's for them bitches, not me. I'm more of a, this is how I am. I'm very basic. I get my 10% of the person that you are seeking for. Any celebrity. It's no celebrity I can't get to. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Michael Jordan, Gayle King, Anthony Anderson, Cedric the Entertainer, Niecy Nash, anybody. And I get my 10%. I am comfortable. That's all I want the Lord to do is bless me with being comfortable. I don't want to be too rich. I don't have no money to leave that. I don't fuck with my family like that. My family thinks I am a goddamn ATM. I can tell you now, if I had $100 million in my account, I would never buy no property. I would get me a 3-bedroom flat. 1 bedroom will be an office. The second bedroom is in case a bitch want to spend the night and you don't want her in your bed. And get me a housekeeper and pay my rent up for 10 years. Because I'm not leaving my money to my family that is undeserving to live off of everything that I work for. And I would definitely take the time to bless those that are needed. Yeah, and enough money, and pay to cremate me. Just cremation. That's all.
Wow. So now, Jamaica, that day when John came in and he said, I got a part for you in the movie. Talk about how that felt. That first time when you got that first part. How was that? And how did you feel when that happened?
It was confusing as fuck because it's just how it happened. We were at work. We were ending the workday. He came over to me and said, hey, tomorrow I want you to come and bring some clothes that make you look like you work in a hair salon. I said, huh? He said, yeah, like you do hair. I said, okay. He walked away. I walked away. I got the outfit, put in the car, came to work next day. He didn't say shit to me. And at 2:00, I get a call saying that John wanted me at the production office and to bring the outfit that he asked me to bring. So I went and got it, put it on. He said, perfect. He still didn't tell me what I was doing. So when he walked me in, I'm thinking I'm in the background because Tyrese was over there selling the dresses. I didn't know if they were going to shoot that scene first and then come shoot me. So after they kept saying action cut, I said, oh, he just wanted me to be in the background. Okay, that was then they started putting makeup on me and lighting me. And then John said, okay, did you see what just happened over there? I said, not really, I'm high. Not really, I'm high. He said, well, Tyrese over there selling dresses, and one of the dresses is going to be $40, and one of the girls is going to say, how much is the dress? And he's going to respond, $40. And I want you to say, $40, like, that's too much. And I want you to talk him down to $35 and buy the dress. And he walked the fuck away. Well, to me, that wasn't funny.
Right.
Like, so he walks over there, he's standing there, and he goes, action, it don't work. So then Tyrese comes over graciously and say, I'm going to say this, you say this. I'm going to say this, you say this. I'm going to say this, and we're going to play with it. But put your Jamaica toy spin on it and be you, but animated.
Right.
And he helped me through that.
Wow. How many takes?
And then after I did it then after I kept doing it, because I'm so fucking silly, they kept laughing in the middle of my goddamn takes. And I had to keep redoing them, so they made the bloopers and shit. And after I did it all and got it right, John made me do it all over again and add that pop.
Right.
At the end, he wanted that. Because I used to do that around him, and it would tickle the shit out of him.
Wow. So when that happened, did the light bulb go off like, I could do this? After that, did the light bulb go off and you say, you know what? I could do this. I could act. I like this.
No, because you got to remember that was the year 1999. I'm on a live interview. 1999, 2000. There is no Google. There is no YouTube. There is no Instagram. There is no Twitter. All you're doing is all you looking for is the DVD to come out. You don't think about BET repeats. So after that, then I leave and go to Miami to shoot Too Fast, Too Furious. We down there with Will Smith. I end up in Bad Boys 2. After that, Monique calls me and say, bitch, we was going to try to do Beauty Shop, but the Queen Latifah stole the name. So we going to still do our movie, but it's called Hair Show. It's Taraji, Niecy Nash, me, a couple other people who want you in it. And after I did that, then it kept going. And I said, this is not me. It's not me. I know I'm a character. I know I'm funny. I'll jump in anybody's movie if it's a favor. But acting is not my passion. My passion is the knowledge that I have learned about music licensing, about ads, about budgets, about why people are using cocaine, about why people lose their fucking sanity with these contracts. What's wrong with the viewership that I look at? What's wrong with the censorship that I look at? What kind of contract did you sign, Krishan and Blueface, when you went into this?
So let's talk about that. Are people not doing enough to get the legal background, or should they do more to know for themselves without legal counsel? So that I'm just
a cold-hearted bitch. Now, you want the truth? I'm cold-hearted. I feel like if you come into this industry and you are about to be famous, and somebody presents you with a contract, and you don't think enough to reach out to an elder, whether it's Kendrick Lamar, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's Ja Rule, whether it's Busta Rhymes, whether it's Missy Elliott, whether it's Brad, I don't give a who the fuck who it is, and get you a financial advisor and get you some affairs in order and get you some sort of advice, and you sign a goddamn contract and you end up in trouble, that's what the fuck you get. Queen Latifah is one of my greatest friends. But bitch, what are you doing driving with suspended license? You got an assistant. What are you doing, Nelly, going through the airport with drugs? That's what you pay us for.
Right.
I have worked for several rappers and have had drag queens, sold cocaine and fentanyl and meth in the lining of their wigs, bitch, and have flown them to New York and made thousands of dollars. So when you do stupid shit, like going 21 Savage, whatever his name is, the one, I forgot his name, I think that's him, that went through the airport, that's what the fuck you get. So what?
So you mentioned the business side of it. You said you are more passionate about the business side. Are you open to mentoring others and helping those just getting out, becoming personal assistants and doing what you're doing as a booking agent?
I always do. If I see the interest, because I have more people coming at me with the acting shit. I want to be an actor. Okay, do you want to be famous, bitch, or do you want to be rich? It's a difference. Right now, I have a movie role coming up tomorrow, and the movie role consists of you winning a lottery ticket, and the lottery ticket was on the dashboard, and the lottery ticket blew out the window as we were going down the freeway, and I need you to cry on cue, and 3, 2, 1, and you sitting there looking at me, you done lost the role. So you want to be rich. You see what I'm saying? So I take that kind of shit serious because that's how I seen it done. When people say they want to be an actor, can you really act? Because I'm finna give you a scene and I'll give you 3 hours to create it.
Wow.
But when it comes down to mentoring, when people ask me about, I grew up in a house different that was unconditional to most households. My grandma did not push the college agenda. She said college is not for everybody. Unless you gonna pick a profession that's gonna be here forever, you coming home with a PhD in English literature don't mean shit to me. You need to have a degree into some shit that's always gonna be here. Everybody will always need an accountant. Everybody will always need a veterinarian. White people love their pets. But if you don't want to go there, go to refrigeration and air conditioning school. There's always a need for that. Go to electrician and plumbing school. There's always a need for that. My grandmother never pushed that 4-year college PhD. My son got none of that shit. What she wanted you to do was be self-sufficient in the area that was best for you. If you are low level and just didn't do good in school, go hang around the corner with your Uncle Frank while he changed them tires and fixed them brakes and changed their oil and get you $102 and $300 a day by fixing neighborhood cars that park up in Uncle Frank's garage so that you know how to put some money in your pocket. So I didn't come from that background where that heavy agenda was pushed on me. So when I mentor people, depending on what they want to do, I tell them, if you got a daughter that is right now on TikTok and that bitch is doing some videos, watch her. That's graphic design. That is editing. That bitch can take a whole Beyonce video and switch faces and bodies out. Watch her. Buy her that iPad. Buy her that. Teach her, buy them little programs and editing graphic and watch what your daughter can do. It's more than just the playful TikToks. That's a lot of goddamn talent for a 6-year. Bitch, I'm 55 and still trying to work my iPhone. These kids get these iPhones and these TikToks and can work wonders. Kids are smart. Stop pushing this 4-year Morehouse Spelman agenda on them and find out what their talent is. It may be culinary school, bitch.
You know what? I like that you said that. And it is very important that parents know that they need to understand what's happening with the trend with social media and pay attention to the skills that children have, whether it's IT, graphics, a lot of different things, like you said, because there's many opportunities out here online. So that's a very good point you made. And a lot of parents are missing it because they're not paying attention to what their children.
They got makeup tutorials. They got people that was boiling sea moss during the corona that became famous. There was people rhinestoning coffee cups. There's a market of people that just want to see you pedicure your feet every day and they are only fans. There is a market out there for everything.
Now,
Get your,
Jamaica,
get your kids involved. Pay more attention to you. And every once a week, take your kid phone, bitch, and unlock it and tell them to go in their room and see what they've been doing on their phone. Stop blaming the schools for everything that go on in your kids' goddamn life. Because your kids act accordingly around you. But your kid, when your daughter and your kids are outside in the outside world, they don't act the same. So don't be so quick to jump up in people's face and call people racist and be ready to fight for your child when your child may be wrong. I wish we could put backpacks and cameras on each one of these motherfuckers when they leave the house. Because kids these days, I don't care how good you try to raise them, the outside world is also raising them too and gets hold to them. The way they talking to these kids, using their phones in their school, and I'm looking at these videos of y'all fighting, y'all teachers. It is fucking horrible and disgusting. So I invite each one of you, each one of your kids sitting there is 8, 9 years old with that $1,400 goddamn cell phone that you done fucked around about. My daughter will have a Cricket Wireless. Ain't no way in hell my child will have a $1,400 iPhone. But God bless you. It was probably a family plan, bitch. God bless you. But I would take that phone and I would scroll through every text message. I would scroll through every dick picture. I want to know who you talked to, why you sent it. And we're going to have a discussion. I ain't going to take your phone. I'm just going to ask you why you sent it.
now, Jamaica, let me
But
tell
I
you,
guarantee you'll fuck around and find out a secret that you're not going to like.
all the actors and actresses, if there's a celebrity barber or a celebrity hairstylist out here and they want to be looked at, they want to be chosen when people come to their area. Is there anything you can tell them that y'all look for when you ever go and search for a new barber or a new hairstylist? What should they do? Should they list themselves a certain way? What should they do so they can be one of the first chosen?
To do what now?
A celebrity barber or a celebrity hairstylist, someone who is out there doing hair and they would like to become a celebrity barber or hairstylist, but they're not quite listed the right way. So that when you are looking for someone, what would you tell them to do so that they could be noticed?
Your portfolio is everything. If you take a picture of 20 different wigs that you do and drop them into Sherry Shepherd, Wendy Williams, Tamar Braxton, and everybody's DM, it will spread. And don't stop at those 20. I would just do 10 a day. I would take, if that was my talent and I knew how to do lashes, I would do a tutorial of me applying lashes. And then I would drop them in 10 bitches inboxes that I knew wore lashes. And I would do 10 every day and wouldn't stop until 3 of them bitches hit me back.
Now, do you have to go look for them?
Do I what?
Do you have to ever go find it for them?
Not normally. Usually, celebrities have their person, like Anastasia Beverly Hills. All celebrities, when they come to LA, they want to go to Anastasia. She charges $1,200 and she threads the shit out of your eyebrows. Oprah goes there.
So y'all heard it. Get it together. Get your portfolio
And
together.
most people want a certain look. So, like, um, some people, sometimes I get calls from celebrities I don't know. I don't know Viola Davis. Viola Davis called me one day and she said, "Hey, how are you? This is Viola. Can I speak to Jamaica?" I said, "This is Jamaica." I said, "This is Viola who?" She said, "Davis." I said, "Miss Viola Davis?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm sorry, I'm calling you so early." I said, "No problem, sweetie. What did you need?" She said, "I understand that you have a number for Taraji." And I said, "I actually do." I said, "What did you need?" She said, "Well, I'm not going to ask you for her number, but this is what I need. Call her and ask her, could I have her number?" All she wanted was the makeup. Whatever look she was looking for, Taraji had a makeup artist do the specific look that she needed. So I that was a hookup. But
Jamaica.
if I was just starting out with any sort of talent, when I was braiding hair, men hair, grooming beards, making sea moss, mixing lip sticks together, making different colors, teaching women how to properly do their own brows, pedicure their own feet.
So
I,
now,
I,
Jamaica, what about you? What about you? Would you put together a tutorial? You said you're passionate about teaching people about the business side. Have you ever thought about putting together a course or a tutorial yourself?
no,
Is it because of time?
no, that too, because I'm really, really busy and I'm a one-on-one person. I had to take you seriously. Me doing a tutorial, 150 people will watch it. That's 100 people's stories I have to call back and hear, and only three of them will work out to be real. 19 of them want to fuck.
One-on-one course.
19 of them want to fuck because I can get them in the industry quicker.
Wow.
You see the setup?
One-on-one consultation. You prefer one-on-one consultations?
I prefer for somebody to call me and say, "I have a nephew who's heavy into editing and this is what he's trying to do. And if you have a moment, Jamaica, do you mind talking to him?" And I'll say no. I don't have a problem with it. But you see what I'm saying with that? When you open up that Pandora's box, you get a bunch of unnecessary people, and then 19 of them whipping their dicks out, wanting you to suck their dick because they think I'm on a project next and I can get them the role they want. I don't have time to deal with that. I'm not that type of faggot. I'm a whole different. I am one of the elite. I'm one of them old school, respected Stonewall fags that marched in the streets and believed in some shit and kept their mouth shut. We didn't fuck with nobody. I'm one of them. I come from that grade. I'm just not that goddamn old. But the respect level that I hold for the heterosexual community is unmatched. I appreciate the allies. I know your struggle. I blame ourselves for a lot of things that we try to cram down your throat that is unfair. Um, and I speak on it, and I don't give a fuck what no faggot got to say about it. I am unfiltered. Come see me.
That's
You
it.
come see me because I'll talk to anybody. And bitch, I'm telling you now, I can't fight. So if you come in here to fight, you won. But bitch, if you come to battle, don't come with no goddamn water balloons, cause I'll wear your punk ass out. I'm not that bitch.
Now, Jamaica, let me ask you this. I know you went through a challenging time in your life where you got sick. And I'm so proud to know that you beat that. I don't want to say what it is. I want you to talk about it. I know it very well because a lot of people in my family had to go through it. And just want to talk about that for a moment because a lot of times people don't understand what it takes to support people when they're going through health or whatever. And you know, one of the
What Crystal is referring to is I have been very, very open and been an advocate of my community, for the LGBT community as an activist for AIDS. I found it in 1993 that I had full blown AIDS. There was no medicine. Magic Johnson hadn't opened up his mouth and said shit. Nobody knew nothing, and everybody thought we was gonna die. I made it through that. And then later on in life, your health takes dips. You lose weight, you gain weight. It ain't always the same. Right now, bitch, I'm 55 and looking pretty good, goddamn good. So I'm blessed. But it's not always like that. And then in 2018, two guys raped me at gunpoint, brutally, brutally, where I had to have several anal surgeries that caused me to have HPV, and I gained anal cancer from that. And I suffered from 2020 during Corona. Couldn't nobody go to the doctor with me because it was limited seating. It was one seat. It was you got to go to the bathroom. So I went through all of that by myself and therapy. I can't say I did it by myself because the support and the cash apps and the Uber Eats and the delivery and the bottles of water and the Gatorade, it was bitches coming through. And they was understanding you can't stay because I was under radiation and chemo, that they couldn't stay. But I didn't do that shit by myself. I didn't do that shit by myself. I can't lie and say I did that shit by myself. But that was some shit. And I'm just now, this year, 2023, getting my happy back. To
wow.
where I feel great every day. I get up every day. I'm not doing nothing. I got up and showered. Sometimes it was a time when I just wouldn't wash my ass. I would lay here and I would change my underwear and my t-shirts. I would. But if wasn't nobody coming over here, I was in that deep of a depression, bitch, where I would just lay here and just not wash my ass for 2-3 weeks.
I'm trying to play with the sound because I saw what she said about my sound. Did that sound better? If that sound any better, let me know if that sounds any better. How do I sound to you, Jamaica?
It sounds great to me.
Well, the young lady in the audience, she was telling me how it sounds, so that's why I was asking her.
Okay. Yeah, but
I'm so sorry that you went through that.
I think the reason why I love having no filter is because I don't give a fuck. And usually when you don't give a fuck, there's always one or three in the crowd that go, bitch, I'm with you.
You know what?
I did that. I did the T.S. Madison interview with her and shared that rape story on there and told them that I had contracted HPV and ended up having anal cancer and how painful that was and the radiation. And now that I'm over it and my booty hole is back perfect, the thought of not being able to please my partner anally is a whole nother conversation. And you have to have that with yourself. That is a deep, deep conversation to try to have, to say, I am not ready for you to crawl on top of me because I still have this extreme PTSD of what happened to me.
And we're so sorry that happened to you, Jamaica. Let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about not necessarily going to group therapy and speaking to others so that you can help them? I know sometimes they say when you talk to others and listen to others that went through it to help. Did you go through any group therapy?
I didn't go through any group therapy. I've always been a fan of therapy. I joined therapy when I didn't need therapy. When I first joined entertainment and started seeing the drug use, I wanted to know what that was from. So I ran to therapy on my own. I had Screen Actors Guild insurance. They got the best therapist, and I want to know what is driving what I'm seeing. And he said it don't have nothing to do with you, but this is common. This is normal. So I was always a fan of therapy. Then I stopped for about 6 or 7 years, and then I went back after my diagnosis in 1993 to keep abreast of my mental always being clear, of being alert, being aware, still wanting to work, never becoming suicidal. I don't want no medications. What's she, babe? Okay. Um, just making sure that I'm mental. So I was always a fan of therapy. Always. Group therapy to help others, I don't think I'm there yet. If somebody came to said to me, I have a group of people that are just like you, bitch, and I need you to come share your story. Yeah, I can do that. Just have a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts there and some coffee. I can come do that.
Now, Jamaica, you said something that I feel strongly about. When the situation happened with Whitney Houston, it happened with her daughter, and it happened with a couple of people when Michael Jackson had his situation. I said to myself, we need to have it so that when people get into the industry, they need to have therapy. Like before you accept them into the industry, they need to have a deep conversation with them, ask those questions, make sure they can handle the stress, go through that whole process. Do you think that that would help any?
Contractually, because I'm in the industry, I can tell you this. Once you sign a person to a label and you paying them to do what the fuck they ask you to do, and they come to you ending up on a drug, they have to want help. You can't handcuff Whitney Houston and walk her into no place if she ain't gonna sign that clipboard. You have to want help. Some people want it. Shaka is still struggling. She won't say nothing about it, but bitch, I know. I know you. Call me, bitch. Mickey Howard, you dibs and dabs. Some people have to get sick and tired. Lamar Odom became sick and tired. Robert Downey Jr. became sick and tired. Charlie Sheen became sick and tired. Honey Boo Boo's mama became sick and tired. When you want to stop, you can, but when you are in the industry like Lil Wayne, you drinking that syrup, it put you in the sea. You damn near died. Everybody, Nicki Minaj, they was all in the Sinai. But you can't, as a label person, they do fuck up your contracts and drive you to drink and drive you do them that shit. But when it comes to help, it's there. They got the best insurance in the world, but you gotta want it. We can't make you sign the clipboard. We can't
Yeah,
make
I
you.
was thinking more of like before they sign the contract. You know how like when people go to have those gastric bypasses and I have to do those things, they have to go through an extensive amount of counseling. They have to answer all those psychological
I'll be done
questions,
in a minute, babe.
psychiatric questions. I just feel as though when people are getting ready to go in industry, even booking agents. I mean, have you ever asked anyone before you started dealing with them, like, what's your background? Do you even consider that before you take on someone?
I usually already know the history because it's Black Hollywood. Like when I dealt with Sandra Bullock, I didn't know her, but because of her and Regina King's relationship on Miss Congeniality, and Regina King was a friend of mine, I just trusted it and went with it. I've never worked with a complete stranger for the first time. If I have, it was through a reference.
So Jamaica, on a given day like today, when you're not working, you're not doing anything for artists, you're not preparing for a movie role, you're not smoking a joint and have a drink in hand, what else do you like to do?
Okay, well, that's a lie. Here's my blunt, and here's my drink. Now, what was next, bitch?
I'm saying, if you take away the blunt and the drink, what else do you enjoy doing?
This is going to sound real weird, but again, I keep it real. I am noticing now where I don't like people. Not all people. I love my space. I love my peace. I can be at home for, every now and then. I want to go to Starbucks, bitch, and breathe some air. I need to run to Target. But I can stay in my house for 8 days, closed up, laid in the bed, showered, smoking my weed. I will make my whole bed up and crawl back in it. It's something. I don't know if it's about 55. I don't like going out to dinners late at night. If you want me to go out with you, bitch, please make it 4:35 and have me back home by 7. By 8:30, I need to be in my bed. Not sleep, just my bed. Because my Xanax is waiting on me. That's just me. On a normal day, I'm always busy. I'm always busy doing something entertainment-wise because I'm not on no gossip blogs. I don't do that. I will never tear down a black person. I have many TMZ stories that I will never, ever share. But there's a lot of behind-the-scenes contract work that I do for people to make my side money, to make sure contracts look right before they sign them, before they go on to do other things. And that keeps me successful and happy.
I think listening to you and understanding your background a little bit, I'm going to definitely call you and talk to you a little bit more about that. But I have to say, you seem to be a quiet person, even though you're very outspoken, even though, you like to cuss personality, you're still quiet. You're laid back in your own way. You're laid back.
You have to get to know me because I'm so animated and I'm so silly. And if people hear me laugh, and I'm like that in real life. If you were sitting right here, I would be like that. But on a normal, if I'm here by myself, quiet on the phone, taking calls. I got this new thing that kind of turns me on.
What's that?
I like to scroll through my phone every Saturday and every Sunday and call one person and scare the shit out of them.
Oh, you like to prank people?
No. Somebody that you just haven't heard from. They've been in your phone forever. You've been scrolling past their name. You said you was going to call and never did. And every Saturday and Sunday, I'll wake up and I pick one person. And it always makes their day. One person thought I was dead.
Wow. So when you call them, are they afraid because they think something happens?
The first person I called, I never forget it. I started at the A's and I scrolled. I said, Alice. I said, let me see what Alice is doing. And she answered the phone. She said, hello. I said, hey, bitch. She said, who is this? I said, America's favorite homosexual. And she said, Jimmy? That's my middle name, James. And I said, yeah. I said, how you doing? And she started crying.
Wow.
And I didn't get it. And she said, we hadn't heard from you and we thought you had died.
Oh my God.
Because they knew of the illness. So every Saturday and Sunday, that's been my ritual now. Every Saturday and Sunday, I scroll through my phone and call one person that just in there.
Now, did that touch you, Jamaica? Did that make you get sentimental?
Yeah.
To think that somebody cared that much when they heard your voice, that it made them do that. The other thing that makes me think about Jamaica, there's so many people that take life for granted and they don't reach out to their family. They haven't spoken to their family.
We all take let me tell you, it's about Black accountability. which I love. Everybody takes life for granted. Any bitch on this goddamn live that made a plane ticket to leave October 3rd somewhere is taking life for granted because didn't nobody tell you that you wasn't going to have no aneurysm and die on August 9th. So you're taking life for granted. We all do it. We just lucky enough to get away with it because of the way we serve our Lord, and we hope that we can pray and do God's work and wake up another day. But don't sit here and lie and act like you don't take life for granted. We all do, bitch, because I got tickets booked.
Well, let me tell you something. I love to travel. I travel a lot, but the one thing I don't do is take life for granted because I've lost my mom, my dad, and my brother to cancer. My sister is, I was her caregiver. She fought and beat cancer 4 times. She's had 3 brain surgeries, 2 strokes. Now she has dementia and 50
Okay,
pneumonia
girl,
left.
she wearing me out now.
So I make sure that I love on people. So I want to ask you 2 more things before I let you go because I know that your time is valuable.
Okay.
What is the one thing that you want people to know about Jamaica Jatoy out here, other than the fact that you know $40 and Wanda? When it's all said and done, when you stop doing everything you're doing, what is the one thing you want people to know about you? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera on you by yourself, and I just want you to tell the people, just say your name and say what it is that Jamaica Jatoy wants people to know about him. And when you leave your legacy, what you want it to all be about. So hold on one moment while I put you back up there, and I'm going to remove myself and let you talk.
My name is Jamaica Jatoy, and my legacy is I came, bitch, I saw, and bitch, I conquered. Know that. Cut.
So no regrets, nothing that you still want to do.
Not one. I was raised in a house I'm comfortable with death. I don't want to die by fire and I don't want to drown, but I don't have no choice over that. God done gave me too many chances, so I don't think God is gonna take me out in no punk ass way. I think I'm gonna have some sort of light stroke or some shit. You know, that's just me and God's conversation. Because when I went through the cancer, God was all kind of bitches. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm unfiltered. I keep it real. I was mad. I didn't understand. What the fuck is this? What did I do in my life so goddamn wrong where you done put cancer in the crack of my ass? I ain't never touched a child. I've been nice to elderly people. I've been giving money. Like, I was angry with God, and that is okay.
Right.
He was okay with it.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I wasn't calling him no bitches like that. Don't get me wrong. That was me being funny, but I was fucking angry. My conversations with God were not cute in my bedroom.
That's
I
right.
was rewinding my life. Like, what have I done so wrong? Who did I owe money to? Did I steal my grandmother's PIN number and rob her bank account? Like, I wanted to fucking know what I had done to deserve that. And it came through therapy that said, bitch, you an example. I'm going to pull you through this. And because I did that interview with T.S. Madison, 13 people reached out to me with I lost one. He died. His name was August. 13 people, including one female, inboxed me, found me through T.S. Madison, and inboxed me and told me I'm going through that same thing, but I can't tell my family. Or I'm going through this now with my husband and he's still trying to fuck me, but it's painful.
Do you think it got better? Do you think it got better? I lost a cousin to AIDS. Her boyfriend was an
No,
introduced.
I'm talking about the anal cancer.
Okay, got you.
You
Well,
never die. You never die of AIDS. You can have AIDS for whatever. You never die. You'll die from the complication. Your immune system is fucked up. It's compromised. So your pneumonia is pneumonia times 10. So when you die, you're gonna die of the pneumonia, which is complications of the AIDS. your lupus and your dementia and all your other shit will speed up times 10 because you don't have the immune system. You'll never die of AIDS, ever. You'll die from the complications of AIDS not being that much of a resistance to help you, depending on your T cell count of what's wrong with you.
Wow. So Jamaica, I've been asking you a lot of questions today. I want to ask you what is next for Jamaica?
I don't know. My plan is to see where this new relationship I'm in is taking me. I do have a 5-year plan. I don't need a lot of money, but I want to make a certain amount of money where I know that I'm comfortable for the next 5 years of my life because I'm 55 and I will be 60. And living off of benefits is just not good. I'm glad I have a side hustle because benefits in California is expensive. But I have 3 projects in the works. They're small projects, but all of my projects come with a comma. So I'm extremely happy for them. And each time I do a project, another project usually stems from that project. So I'm happy about that.
Can people reach out to you at any one of your platforms if they're interested in booking you to assist them or for
They are interested, they can use this information that they're looking at. It's better if they give a formal introduction, say that they met me on your live so that I know instead of hi, my name is Jeff, and you start talking to me, then I think you're trying to sell me Bitcoins. If they say, hey, my name is Jeff, I saw you on Shouting Crystal's thing and I like what you were talking about. Do you have a moment to talk? I do extend conversations. I will. I'm really nice like that.
you really are. I have to tell you, Jamaica, you are definitely needed in the world today. People like you make us laugh. You spread joy through your personality because you're real, you're approachable, and I appreciate that about you. And you don't hold back. A lot of times when people go through things, they're not as transparent as you are. And I just appreciate you being transparent like you are. And I just want you to know that you are making a difference out here. If nobody's never told you that, you're making a huge difference. Don't change for nobody because you are making a difference in not just the LGBT community, not just in the film industry, not just in the entertainment industry, but in the world.
But I have been told that, and I hold that graciously. That's why I'll never change. That's why I'll always be humble. I'll always be a Los Angeles native. I'm not moving nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'm comfortable. I don't want $1 million. I just want money to live, to pay bills, and feel comfortable and travel when I want to travel.
Well, I appreciate that.
$100,000 is cute for me. 50 in my savings and 50 in my checking. I'm a basic bitch.
Well, Jamaica, the next time I come to Los Angeles, I'm going to use that number, call you. Maybe we can go out to eat. I want to thank you for your time today.
Maybe.
Well, you might be busy. I respect people's time. I'll text
No,
you.
bitch, I'm taking you out. We going to hang out. We go to Lisa Ray house and cook some greens or some shit.
You a mess. Well, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for giving me the time of day with you on this Sunday afternoon. I sincerely meant when I said to you on your telephone, you are the real deal. I could see why God kept you here because he's not done with you yet at all. I appreciate you for everything that you have gone through. And I hope you find that happiness. I see you smiling. So you got somebody over there making you smile. So I'm going to let you get off this live so you can go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I just want to tell the people, go ahead, send him a donation because most of it he gives away anyway. Jamaica, Detroit is such a blessing to
Somebody has sent. I have gotten $60. I don't know who they're for. What's wrong?
He gives away anti-way. And somebody said, no, he's not. What was that doing? I'm not sure what you're saying. No, he's not about, but thank you, Dawn. But we appreciate you. God bless you. Any closing comments? Once again, I'm going to let you go on the screen. I'm going to remove myself so you can leave any closing comments to anyone about upcoming projects. Remind them again about your upcoming projects
I,
and
I
anything you want to tell
I
them.
I don't have anything else to say, especially seeing that Dawn is here because she irritates the shit out of me. I'm
Oh,
fucking with her.
is that TX Star Dawn?
Yeah, that's track star. Fuck her.
Thank you so much, Dawn. See, Dawn has never been on my channel. So, see, she came because you're here. So, I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.
You are so welcome, sweetheart. And like I said, keep in touch.
I sure will. And, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Jamaica Toy. He is the man with the plan. If you need to know more, please don't hesitate because he is definitely one that will assist or he'll point you in the right direction. My name is Crystal Bodie Smith. I'm your Hope Catalyst. My mission is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save lives. And we'll see you next time on Story Time. You have a great evening. Jamaica, toast one for me, okay?
All right, baby.
See you later, honey.
Bye bye.
Thank you.